No chemicals or preservatives, just 100% honest to goodness hickory smoked meat.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Boy, some chicken wings have really hit the spot.
You ain't got no better food like some chicken wings, some baby back ribs, some fries or something?
Look at that, just two guys talking, am I right? We're just talking.
Hey, howdy, hey. Welcome to the pit. I'm John, here with the lovely Mike.
Lovely.
The lovely Mike.
Dude, I'll take it. That's awesome.
For another rousing episode of Fat Guys with Smokers.
The number one podcast in the Western United States. Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
There's nobody heavier than us.
Ain't nobody. Step on the scale, son. I don't know.
I like that. Maybe that's your catchphrase.
Step on the scale,
Step
son.
on the scale, son.
Oh, we're both going to be hacking through this.
I know,
John. We're both getting over some coffee coughs.
Yeah. You said that, and I immediately went to the movie Heavyweights. Gerald Garner.
It's a great show.
Congratulations. You're officially the fattest boy in camp.
Oh, go.
Oh.
That's a good one.
They don't make movies like they used to,
They don't, man. Although I will say, I went to get some popcorn at the movie theater. We buy the bucket that you can just take it and refill it for like $3, and then we don't go to movies. We just take it home. It was packed. Must be some decent movies out right now because everybody's at the movie theater.
When'd you go?
Saturday. I think Beetlejuice was the big one.
Beetlejuice just came out. They've been showing Harry Potter movies.
Oh.
Too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if anything else
I heard the Reagan show was okay. Some girl I was talking to today was telling me all kinds of shows. Now
Is the Transformer movie out yet? I don't think it's out yet.
I don't think so.
I think it's September.
Yeah, that seems right.
It is September.
It's
September.
It's probably out.
No, I think it's out in a couple of weeks. But
what's been going on, John?
oh my gosh, it's been busy.
Has been busy.
But I think probably the most important thing to talk about is the monstrosity parked in front of my house right now.
The monstrosity parked in front of John's house right now.
And I just want to tell you that I took crap for buying this.
From who?
My wife.
Don't we all? Go on.
She was not happy.
Is she coming around, or is she still unhappy?
No, she's just accepted that I am who I am, and she has to love me.
Well done, John. Can you put a picture of it on our YouTube
I will.
thing?
So
Okay.
I bought a new smoker.
So hit us up on YouTube, and then maybe you can see the picture. We should have made a poster.
I was going to say, I could probably put it on the screen,
Oh,
but
okay.
but I don't know if I'm capable of talking and doing this at the same time.
I will fill dead time, and you correct me if I'm wrong. So John did that Nibley City, I don't know,
It was
end of summer cookout employee appreciation.
It was their
pork
employee
dinner.
party for the end of the year.
Some dude walks up to him and is like, "Hey, do you need another smoker?" And correct me if I'm wrong, John, but I'm pretty sure Mrs. John just jumped right in and said, "Absolutely not."
She did not miss even one beat.
And John stiff-armed her in the face. Again, I may be fuzzy on the details.
I think
and
you're very fuzzy
hurtled
on
over
the
the
details.
table and said, yes, I do. And so John purchased another awesome, huge smoker. I mean, this thing's big. Big old offset. Looks like a train.
It does, and that's the really impressive part about it. And I'm having to finagle this to get it to work to show up.
Finagle away. This dude, he did not make this, right? He just purchased it already made, looking like a steam locomotive.
Yeah, so Norm, friend here in town, Norm Larson, owns CarSmart in Logan. So if you need help with your vehicles, don't be afraid. Call Norm. He'll take care of you.
He's got excellent taste in smokers.
He does have excellent taste in smokers. But what let's see. If I press OK there, and now I don't know how to do this without screwing everything up. Oh, I can't move that. All right. Here we go.
Oh, there you go. You can see it.
Here's a picture of it.
Looks like a choo-choo train.
Yeah, it looks like a choo-choo train. Anyways, Norm bought this. He did not win with his Mrs. Norm.
She was not on board.
She was not on board. So it was parked at the shop. He needed to get it out of the way. And to quote The Godfather, he made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
So
Nice.
got the smoker, and it's cool because this part that's back here, I don't think you can see you can see my cursor on there.
Sweet. You can.
This is the firebox
Yeah.
that also doubles as a direct grill.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you can open the top of this up, and there's a grate that goes on it.
Okay. Cook some steaks while you're slow roasting some things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you've got this giant cooking chamber that we could probably put Irv in there.
I bet we could.
Yeah, especially if we took the trotters off all the way.
Yeah.
We could do this. But so this thing is, I don't know, we were just looking at it. It's probably 12 foot long.
Yeah. I think that's probably fair.
Like, it's 12 foot long, and it's on this trailer. So
And we were talking about this. When you first showed it to me, I thought the same thing. I thought it was just a couple 50-gallon drums that they'd welded
no,
together.
it's like 24-inch pipe.
Pretty solid, thick-walled stuff.
It's at least 1/4 inch, if not 3/8.
I love it.
So, anyways,
And the smokestack is where the smokestack would come out of a train. I think that's awesome.
yeah. So Norm took care of me, got this hooked up, and as we drove it home, driving through the neighborhood, there were a couple like dads out like mowing grasses. Like people were like stopping what they were doing, and they just had the biggest smiles on their face, just like a look of like part of it was like Russ across the street. He was like, "Oh, John."
You gotta be kidding me.
But there were a few other guys that we saw in the neighborhood that were just like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That is awesome.
So
I'm excited. You haven't cooked anything on it yet.
I haven't cooked anything. There was one hornet's nest that was still alive in it that I took a torch to just to.
So you cooked some hornets in there.
Yeah. But I haven't even built a fire. I haven't done anything.
I
And it's
feel
killing
like
me.
we need to do a whole pig and name it Norm in there. I mean, I think that's the only way to really christen this thing, you know? Season it up a little bit.
Yeah, how about we do a couple of practice cooks?
No, straight to the whole pig. What could go wrong?
Listener appreciation event.
Yeah.
Everyone come.
It might not work. I'm interested to see how even it cooks because it's
I am
pretty
too.
thick walled stuff. The airflow, and I've just done a tiny little bit of research when I was doing mine. I'm wondering how the airflow is going to work. You were talking about this. There's not really a block between the cooking chamber and the firebox.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do a damper in there somehow.
A damper's a good idea because then you could, if it's too much, you could open it up so it's adjustable a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking about this. Bob Hildebrandt, who we were also talking about tonight.
St. George. What up, Bob?
Yeah, he was building his, and we were talking about how he's got a vertical plate in his that comes up, and it's probably 6 inches above the cooking surface. Mm-hmm. That it kind of forces the heat up to the top to start that like circular convection through the chamber, so that whatever's right next to your firebox doesn't just get blasted with heat.
I like that. Yeah.
The only thing that I worry about with this one is because it was done like to look like a train. Mm-hmm. I really wish that firebox was another 4 inches taller.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to play with it and figure out what I want to do there.
I'm a little jealous. That's fun.
Don't worry, you're gonna get plenty of chances.
I hope so. Don't shut me out. Don't shut me out of this, man.
But what this does mean is I still have the 500-gallon tank in the garage
That's right.
that we were going to build an offset
We have
out of.
not made it very far on that.
We haven't. I've bought a bunch of stuff to work on it with, and have done nothing. So
Not for lack of trying. We were just talking about spare time
yeah, there's
and what a distant memory that is.
Yeah. So Mrs. John wants me to get rid of the 500
No, Haley. Come
and
on.
my other trailer that I bought to put the 500 on.
Well,
Because in her defense, there's kind of a lot of stuff going on in the backyard.
that's fair. That's fair.
So hear me out. Here's my thought process here.
Okay.
I kind of want to take the train off of the trailer that it's on.
Okay. Nice trailer, too.
It is a nice trailer. It's a
Yeah.
heavy-duty trailer. And put it just on some big casters.
Yeah. Okay.
Big, 10-inch, 12-inch pneumatic casters.
I like it.
And plus, it only seems appropriate that you should be able to push a train around.
Sure, you got to have wheels. I
Yeah.
agree. I like it.
And I think I can get it onto one of my other trailers if I ever have to move it around.
Right. Okay.
And I mean, I'm sure I'll take it a few places here and there, but in general, like, most of the cooking I do is at my house, even when I cater.
Right.
But then either probably take this trailer just because it's a little more robust. And I want to take that 500, cut it in half,
Okay.
hot dog cut,
Hot dog style.
hot dog
All right.
style.
That's long ways for
Yeah.
those of you non-Americans, buddy in Belgium.
Yeah. I think even he knows hot dog cut.
That's true, I guess.
It's more like anyone that was born after 2005.
That's true. Good call.
And have two halves. One half, do a Santa Maria style grate over it.
I like it.
Just a big direct heat grill.
The whole thing.
I think so.
Okay.
I could be swayed into doing something different on one half.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of how much like charcoal wood that's going to take to just fill the bottom of that all the way across, you know?
This is what I love about this podcast.
Uh-huh.
You never know where we're going to go with this.
Right.
Because I just had like a brilliant idea.
Okay.
So
This is fresh to everyone. I
Fresh,
have not vetted this. I
unpolished.
want to apologize in advance for any...
the children are safe to stay in the
Craziness.
room. You don't
Okay.
need to come out.
All right.
But I think you're right. Like a whole half of that is a lot for that.
Yeah.
But part of what I want to do is I want to duplicate Bob's chicken cooker.
Yeah. So
I
you
talked
have
about this
described
before.
this. I think I'm going to have to see a picture of it, but can you kind of
I
describe it?
think I've got one, but think about the concept of a corn roaster that
Yeah.
you use on a campfire.
So almost like a cage that closes over the corn.
Yep.
And then you can flip it over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing, but you use it for chicken.
Okay.
Because you've cooked chicken thighs before, especially if you do skin on. It's impossible to keep the skin on it while you're turning it.
Right.
So it just makes it so much easier to turn it and do it fast.
Okay.
So
So big flat cage for chicken.
yeah, probably a couple of cages so that I'm thinking like 3 or 4 sections so you can
Okay.
turn them.
Okay.
But do that like on a Santa Maria style grill.
Okay.
Okay. So you've got the grill, goes up and down, direct heat source right underneath it.
Uh-huh.
The other half, what if we did a griddle?
Oh.
Like a big, solid flat top.
Yeah. What would you do with that big of a griddle?
Pancakes,
Okay.
grilled cheese,
Burgers.
hash browns,
What
smash burgers.
are we talking? What fuel source are we talking?
I'd probably do propane.
I think you'd have to. Yeah. Okay.
And so, and we just gave my father-in-law a Blackstone for, I think it was Father's Day. Has to be. It wasn't his birthday. Had to have been Father's Day we did that for.
Okay.
But before that, he built his own griddle because he couldn't find anything that he liked. And camp chefs. We're okay, but he's a Rube Goldberg.
Yeah.
Like, he can figure out how to make anything work.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you put a solid plate down and put a propane burner underneath it. Because on the other half of the 500, I want to do a pig spit.
Okay.
So if anyone's got a lead on an old coal auger.
Why does it have to be a coal auger? What is a coal auger? Let's start there.
So coal auger literally
augers coal
into an old furnace.
Okay.
So back in the old day when houses were actually heated by coal, or factories or office buildings or something, you had an auger that you would load with coal, and then it would just very slowly turn all day and push.
Where does one find a coal auger?
So they used to be really prevalent because everybody used them to heat their house.
Right.
I say heat their house. I don't know if they actually used them in residential settings, but they were very common in heating.
Big boilers and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if you still can, but they are very low RPM,
Okay.
high torque motors.
Which you would want.
Yeah.
High torque, low RPM.
Yeah, which would be great. You put a sprocket on it and a sprocket up on the spit, and you can just slowly turn a pig for 18 hours. And you could either do a propane burner across the bottom of that, or you could do charcoal or wood. Or you could actually probably do both.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be a terrible idea in my mind.
Okay. All right.
So
I Googled coal auger, and it's, I think, not what we were thinking. All I'm getting is augers to, dig. But I'm interested. I like this idea. And like you said, I think that would have enough power for anything that we're doing.
no. You could also get one. You could get they used to use these things in mining operations too,
Okay.
to pull
That
stuff
makes
out.
sense.
Images.
What about a grain auger?
Yeah.
Think that would turn too fast, maybe?
Yeah, as long as you could slow it down. And I don't know how much, if it's pulling out of the bottom of a
Yeah.
grain silo, it's got to be able to move some weight.
Yeah, my father-in-law uses those, and it's the real deal, but I think they go a little fast. You'd have to either gear them down or slow them down somehow. Interesting.
We should talk to Kevin.
Yeah, he would know.
Kevin is absolutely the person we need involved
Yes,
with this
that's
project.
true. That is true, man.
I think we should put Kevin and my father-in-law together. Put Brent and Kevin together.
There's
And
nothing those two couldn't do.
Just
I
turn them loose and see what happens. I think cancer could be cured.
bet. Oh, yeah.
World peace.
It's true.
we need to get these two guys
Dude,
together.
our dads are awesome, but we also rock at finding father-in-laws, because it sounds like your father-in-law and my father-in-law have a lot in common.
No, my dad's brilliant. He's a fantastic auto mechanic. He's a businessman, super smart and capable.
Mm-hmm.
Brent just it's literally like MacGyver. Here's a toothpick and a piece of dental floss,
Yeah.
and he can build a bomb.
Yeah, that's Kevin, man. That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah, we need to get these two together.
We do, indeed.
We should invite them up. Next time Brent comes up here, we need to get Kevin over and have the two of them on as guests.
That would be awesome. Can you imagine? It'd be a good time.
We would have a great time with that.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we are deep into the weeds at this point.
We need to start pulling ourselves out. Good news is, John hit record this time.
I did hit
So
record.
this is all being recorded, and that helps a lot.
Mike reminded me. Anyways, So that was a wild adventure. We did not intend on talking
Still,
this deep.
I was
uncooked-
thinking like we're looking on our phones, like, oh yeah, augers. We're just sitting here having a conversation. People have to listen to this. Like,
listen to it, watch it.
yeah,
I'm almost tempted to save our other topic and just keep talking about.
that's what I'm wondering.
Let's do it.
Dream builders.
So, anyways, that's what I want to do. And you used to be able to like go and rent pig spits.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like I mean, you used to be able to go to places like Renegade, and I just don't think people do it anymore. I haven't seen one in 10 years that you could just rent. But I've thought about doing this and having this as a trailer that maybe I rented out.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So when we did Irv, which check out episode 2 if you haven't heard about Irv, we did a whole pig.
I kind of want to do it again.
Oh, we need to. It was a good time. We learned so much. But we built I show this picture when I'm like introducing myself to my class. I'm like, yeah, this is me and my buddy. We did a pig, and I had one kid that was like, how long did it take you to build that? I was like, I don't know. We had the teachers do it. It only took like 25 minutes. But anyway.
It's a cinder block pit.
Yeah, cinder block pit.
It's about 4x8s, the interior.
We had some
dimensions.
rebar going across. We put, what was it fencing that we put Irv on? And then we
chicken
flipped
wire.
him? Chicken wire. So we cooked Irv on chicken wire, flipped him over. My question is,
Yeah, and you don't have to do the chicken wire. The chicken wire just makes the flipping process so much easier.
see, that's what I'm wondering. So when we flipped him, it was incredibly easy. I can't imagine how you would have done it without it all falling apart. Because by the time you're flipping, it's almost starting to tenderize. If it's on a spit, do you worry about that? Like things getting tender enough they start falling
that
apart?
they fall apart.
Yeah. Like would you need to wrap it in
I think
chicken wire?
There's a potential. You could definitely wrap it in chicken wire. Couple of things that I think would be different. One, when we did Irv, we cut him neck to nuts and spread him wide open as wide as we could
Right.
to really expose that inner body cavity.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I would do that. In my mind, instead of having this very flat, wide carcass, because it's constantly rotating,
Every piece
I
of
would
it
leave
is-
him together and almost try and make him into a log.
So his skin would almost
It would
protect it from too much heat, but kind of that's how it's...
Yep.
And it would almost distribute evenly throughout the whole pig.
It would keep a lot of moisture in.
Yeah. It really would keep a lot of moisture in, wouldn't it?
You remember how much came out of it when we
Yeah.
flipped it?
It was a little bit disgusting.
Yeah, it was.
Like
Yeah,
I think
it was-
we
it was
talked
funny,
about
we-
the play sand. Like that play sand caught a lot of grease.
Well, we put the play sand down because we were doing this in the church parking lot. Leadership knew what we were doing, had told us we could do it, but it wasn't this isn't a normal event that they're
Maybe
like,
not
you should do this
necessarily
every time.
sanctioned. Yeah.
That we were worried about destroying the concrete or the asphalt.
Right.
So we put this layer of play sand down, and it ended up almost being like kitty litter, that I may actually mix some kitty litter in next time.
Oh.
That like unscented, just
Yeah. Just to catch, because there was so much grease.
well,
And
I don't
that
even know
sand, it
that
was
it was
just
so
like,
much
whoa.
grease as much as it was like there was just a lot of moisture and liquid that came out of him.
Right.
That we got lucky that we had the play sand there, but
Yeah.
I think by keeping it more closed up into that log, I'm doing this. Everyone's feel like Chris Farley.
Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy.
I think you'd keep a lot of moisture in there. And that's the other reason that as we're talking through this, I think I've got to do a propane burner on the pig spit side.
Interesting. How come?
One, because if I really do rent this out, and if anyone thinks this is a great idea and would be interested in renting this, please reach out so that I have backup when I have this argument with Mrs. John. like I think there is going to be fluid like constantly leaking out down onto the coals. That not knowing how much is going to come out of it, you may lose too much heat off of those coals. That, and it's just going to be essentially an open heat source.
Right.
That
It
it's
would
going
kind of cause, maybe it would cause like flare-ups and stuff because, see, but here's the other side of that is we've talked about Malcolm Reed's grill where there's like an opening in there that you throw coals down so you get that deliciousness of the
that's why I think you
meat
do
hitting the
both.
coals.
I think you've got a propane burner that runs the whole length, so you have that constant heat.
Okay.
And then you put charcoal and wood there alongside of it
with
for flavor.
Interesting.
Because you're not going to be able to control the airflow to it or adjust the temperature or anything on the coals and the wood.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just
It's
a
just
pile of fire.
Yeah.
But if you have a propane burner, you can adjust that a little bit.
But wouldn't that defeat the purpose of having the coal and the wood, you know?
I think it depends because if you light the coal and the wood, you're still going to get that flavor. You're still going to get a little bit of extra heat. You just the bulk of your heat will come off the propane burner, and then you'll have the flavor to supplement it. Just like Malcolm Reed's, like he's not actually trying to heat the chamber.
That's true. All it is for supplemental deliciousness.
Yeah.
So with this, this is open. You just watch the pig on the spit. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I'll have to see if I can find some pictures.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Haley's grandparents actually used to do a lot of meals like this that I think she's got some pictures.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But, yeah. I'm super excited about this idea.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, everyone, please, I beg for attention on social media all the time. I need it this time. I need comments. I need text messages.
We need this
emails,
to go viral, to
skywriters, banners, change.org, change Haley's mind.
nice.
I need anyone who can back me up here to tell Haley that this is a great idea and that I should be able to keep the 500.
I like it. I mean, I'm not going to fight you on it. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah,
Here's
but
my
you're probably
only
also
thing.
not going to fight Haley on it either.
Yeah,
You're
well,
going to leave
I'm
me
definitely staying out of that. However, our wives know us too well, and that 500 has sat there for a while.
Yeah, but so much of what I was going to have to do, and the real reason the 500 sat there is because I needed like $2,000 worth of
Right. We
steel
talked about
plate.
how expensive it was going to be to even get a firebox for that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this just got so much easier that I'll probably want a cover. Like I'm probably down to less than $1,000 in material costs.
Interesting. I think we've got some ideas here, John.
I think this is going to be fantastic.
Listen, Haley, don't hate me, but I'm on John's side on this one.
I need to get Hallie on my side.
Dude, Hallie's always on board. She loves pork. So
I need to go pick Hallie up, take her to Mav.
wine and dine a little bit. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It was a riot, man. I saw her at school on on Monday.
Okay.
I'm on the school community council.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's new this year. Anyways, it's actually a really cool thing that I'm kind of excited about. But Hallie was there with Whitney at the end of the day, and she was like just sitting there waiting for Whitney to be done. And I was like, "What's up, Hallie?" "Hi, John Hayden."
I don't think she knows that you have two names. It's all just John Hayden.
I love it.
Yeah.
I live for it. So, alrighty. Well, this took a very different turn than we were.
I
we
feel
were
like it went
expecting.
better though than our other thing. I'm still excited about it. We'll talk about it later. But
Yeah.
this kind of got the creative juices flowing a little bit. hopefully got some people excited. If you've ever built a pig on a spit, or you have any ideas or fabrication knowledge, hit us up in the YouTube comments.
I know.
Love to hear what your thoughts are.
I'm just going to put this out there. I don't even know if Bob still listens to the podcast or not. I'm going to be in St. George in November.
Dude, me too. When are you going? Over Thanksgiving?
No, I'm going the Overstate Conference.
That's right.
The 9th and 10th.
That's right.
Well, state conference is the 9th and 10th, so I'll be there the 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Nice.
Bob, we may have to get together and do an episode together and talk about your cookers.
That'd be awesome. Seriously.
So,
I love it.
anyways,
Okay.
until next time, I'm John,
I'm Mike.
and we're Fat Guys with Smokers.
Yeah, we are.
Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.